Hi, welcome to In and Around Computer. In this video, we are going to see what is a compiler, its phases, and its types. A compiler is a software that converts the source code to object code. In other words, we can say it converts the program we write in a high-level language like Java to machine or binary language. This is necessary to make the program executable. That is, the computer can only understand binary language, that is zeros and ones. So some compilers convert the high-level language to an assembly language as an intermediate step, and whereas some others convert it directly to the machine code. This process of converting the source code to the machine code is known as compilation. And now we can see what are the phases of compiler, or we can say it as the structure of compiler. That is, the compilation takes place in several phases. For each step, the output of one step acts as the input for the next step. So we can see the phases in detail one by one. First is the lexical analyzer. That is, this takes the high-level language source code as its input, and it scans the characters of source code from left to right, and it groups the characters into lexemes, or these are nothing but a group of characters which have some meaning. So each lexeme corresponds to a format token. And so the output of this lexical analysis gives a stream of tokens, and it also removes white spaces and comments, checks, and removes the lexical error from the input source code or input program. Next is the syntax analyzer. That is, the parser is another name for this syntax analyzer. The output of the lexical analyzer, that is the stream of tokens, is its input, and it checks for the syntax error in the source code. And it does this by constructing a syntax tree of all tokens. As for the syntax to be correct, the syntax tree should be according to the rules of the source code grammar. And the grammar for such source code is context-free grammar. So this is done by the syntax analyzer, which constructs a syntax tree. Next is the semantic analyzer, and this verifies the syntax tree of the syntax analyzer. That is, it checks the validity of the code in terms of the programming language, like compatibility of data types, declaration, and the initialization of variables, etc. This produces a parse tree as its input. It also performs float checking, type checking, etc. And next is the intermediate code generator, and this generates an intermediate code. That is, we can say this code is neither in high level language nor in machine level language. That is, it is an it is in an intermediate form. This is converted into machine language, but the last two phases are platform dependent, and the intermediate code is the same for all the compilers. That is, further we generate the machine code according to a particular platform. Next is the code optimizer. That is, this optimizes the intermediate code. That is, its function is to convert the code so that it executes faster using fewer resources such as memory and CPU. This removes any useless lines of code and rearranges the code. The meaning of the source code remains the same, but so this produces an optimized code by processing in this sequence of steps. The final step is the target code generator. That is, finally it converts the optimized intermediate code into machine code, and the machine code which is produced is relocatable. And now we can move to the types of compiler, that is cross compilers, that is the bootstrap compilers, source to source trans compiler, and decompiler. These are the types of compilers. The cross compiler, they produce an executable machine code for a platform, but this platform is not the one on which the compiler is running. And bootstrap compilers, these compilers are written in a programming language that they have to compile. And the source to source trans compiler, these compilers convert the source code of one programming language to the source code of another programming language. Next is the decompiler. Basically this is not a compiler, but this is just the reverse of a compiler, converts the machine code to high level language code. So this is about the types of compilers. Subscribe to my channel if you feel contented.